Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought I'd do a general video talking about Rank 8 Aviation, because to be honest, I can't really find a reason for it to exist, apart from money. That's fine, it happens at the best of times, especially when it comes to general companies. But it just seems a little bit odd. If we were looking at kind of a progression when it comes to mechanics, when it comes to like an evolution of vehicles, we already have that stuff. You have like the all aspect stuff that came in, over the last year. You have obviously the F-14, which is deemed as a fourth generation fighter by Gaijin, even though they haven't labeled what a fourth generation fighter is. Then also you have the fact that, to be honest with you, Rank 7 doesn't have an absolute metric ton of vehicles in it. One of the things that used to be a precursor for additional rank added to the game was the below rank kind of being bloated. You can have a look at like the American tech tree and you can see at rank 6 that there's an absolute metric ton of vehicles. So when rank 6 came into the game, there was already a decent chunk for it. Same for when they increased the rank for the ground vehicles. But what's kind of odd is with the way that the aviation stuff is looking right now, it's going to be pretty anemic unless they add in like 10 or 15 top-tier vehicles for aviation for that Rank 8. And I'm sure they will add some vehicles in for Rank 8. They'll probably have a Barnstormer for the US, probably some kind of F-16 or prototype F-16, the YF-16 for the USSR. They'll probably bring in the MiG-29. For Britain, maybe they'll bring in like, I don't know, a Phantom or something, like one of the more navalized Phantoms that are around. Like they could add in a ton of different vehicles like that. But the simple fact is, it would still be incredibly anemic. And just to give you an idea, right? So in War Thunder right now, we have 10 nations, and these 10 nations across them, if you collectivize them together, there is 50 Rank 7 vehicles. So per nation, there are 5 Rank 7 vehicles. Now, some have more than others, as you may have guessed. Germany has a decent amount, so does the US, so does USSR. Britain has 4, Japan has 2, Italy has 1, and France has a few. Sweden has 4, and Israel has 4, and this is not including event vehicles or squadron vehicles, by the way. So overall, what you have is, once again, as I said, a very anemic rank 7. So a lot of nations, if they go into rank 8, there's going to be 1 vehicle, or not even that. Like for Italy, there's already only 1 rank 7. So do you bump up some of the rank 6s to rank 7? Do you put the F-104S, for example, at rank 7? They'll probably do that to be able to kind of spread it out to add the rank 8 in. But also at the same time, not every nation needs to get rank 8 at the same time, which is what they'll do. There'll be certain nations that won't get it for ages. But even if that's the case, most of these nations only have 4 vehicles or 6 vehicles at rank 7. So let's say they add in, 1 vehicle for each of these nations. That means that you have 5 at rank 7, which means what? 2 at rank 7 and then 3 at rank 8? Or 3 at rank 7 and 2 at rank 8? That's tiny to start with. So this change just seems really odd to me. And just to give you an idea, right? So for ground, for rank 7 right now, there are 60 vehicles that are there, not including event or squadron vehicles or anything like that. So for ground, there are more vehicles at rank 7 than there is for aviation. So it would actually make more sense to have ground go up to rank 8, which will probably happen next year, I'm guessing, instead of aviation. So the only reason I can think of doing this is literally money. And because it doesn't make sense from a numbers point of view when it comes to vehicles, it doesn't make sense from a technological point of view because they've already done like 2 or 3 technological leaps this year already, and it doesn't really make sense from an era point of view either, because all of the other ranks are not based on era. They are based on, basic what is best to, research through. And if you don't believe me, look at the Swedish tree and look at where the PBV301 is from. It's a rank 2 and it's from the 60s. That thing should technically, if we had historical matchmaking, face T64s, which would be hilarious. But the main thing to understand is ranks in War Thunder are not based on anything apart from research progression. They are designed to make it harder for you to research. From a player's point of view, you should only want one rank and that's it, because that means all of your vehicles would be 100% efficient at researching whatever you are trying to research. So the addition of another rank to this game is actually negative for the player base. So I don't understand why people get hyped about this stuff. I don't get why everybody comes out and is super happy to see another rank, because, you know, they're just wondering what it's going to bring in terms of planes. It'll bring like 2 or 3 extra planes, maybe 5 at most, maybe even 8. And they'll just be vehicles which have crazy missiles, have countermeasures, and have good flight performances, and will dominate the meta for, you know, the next like 2 or 3 updates, as they always do. But what this also means is you're going to get a new set of premiums at rank 7 that Gaijin can sell. And now a lot of the rank 6 premiums that you will have bought, like the F5C, the A10, you know, stuff such as the SU-25K, for example, which came out more recently, those are losing value. But you know what also happens? Those don't go down in price. As it's really funny when you see people like Gromvoini come out and say, well, the reason why the rank 7 premiums are more expensive is because of the simple fact that they're going to be able to research a new rank. Well, that's true. Well, how about this? Since you're going to be moving some of the rank 7s up to rank 8, how about you make the rank 6s cheaper? Because now, technically, I've lost value on those. Oh, wait, it doesn't work like that, does it? Which is why you've got to stop making these statements. They're just silly statements at the end of the day, trying to justify things. I really wish we could just be honest about this. It's a money move, and that's fine. It's okay. Like, it's fine to say stuff like that, but from a business perspective, you can't say stuff like that. Because it's the simple fact that if you start saying stuff like that, then people start getting annoyed at you. And I really wish the world was different. I really wish we could be just honest about these things. Rank 8 is not a positive thing for War Thunder. Any additional rank to this game is not a positive from a player's point of view. It is a cheap marketing tactic, and then it turns into a cheap tactic of making it harder to research through these tech trees. It is as simple as that. And the moment that more people realize this, the better we will be off as a general player base, so you can push back against these ideas. It doesn't add anything new. It will add a few planes, which, guess what, if rank 8 didn't exist, would come anyway, and that's pretty much it. So overall, the addition of a new rank is negative. It's just another barrier for research for people, and that means that you're going to get a lot more people who are annoyed at the higher echelons of the game, because now a lot of the premiums that they may have bought have lost a ton of efficiency, and they are seen as forced to buy new ones, even though they're not, to be able to keep up. So hopefully, we'll have to see what vehicles they add, but just remember, in the back of your head, whatever they do add, it doesn't matter what they add. They could add an F-35 next patch. That could have easily been a rank 7 as well. Simple as. As always, though, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Forge, Siegebreak, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, and also Sem Arslan, Wilkski, Uncle Bean, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.